Alright, this is working on a riding lawnmower for somebody who wants me to video it, so I am. Some ignition problems. Had some problems with connection on the battery, so I had attempted to work on that, and then we got some starting to get burnage on this wire here. I don't like how these are with the battery in the back. It's got the long wire run, and also too it's got the starter solenoid here in the back, which it seems like I actually had a fire on one and almost had one with another. So with these back ones, I've been moving them up to the front and making the wire run shorter, as well moving the because it's almost impossible to get to this solenoid to do any servicing to it. So you've got to take the seat off, the spring, so you can get to these bolts. Take these bolts off, they're 1/2 inch, and then you'll have to take off each one of the handles. You got 2 10s right here, and this one only has one bolt right here on the frame. Usually there will be one right here, but it's going to be kind of locked in with that kind of like a lag bolt. So I won't even open that one up. I'm just going to take the nut off from the bottom, and then one on the other side. So that way I can get to the solenoid, get to these wires, and start moving them up to the front. I'll place the battery right here, and probably access through here, this frame right here. Although I could go ahead and do everything now, but just for ease of access, I'm just going to go ahead and take this other one off. I think it's going to be a 1/2 inch. $11 works. Oh, I had to push down on that screw so it would stay in contact. I'll clean this a little bit for him. He likes to go mudding in this thing. Alrighty. I'm going to take off this solenoid. It's right here. It's going to be looks like a 10 millimeter. It's got one bolt in it and then it's clipped to the frame. And then it should be also attached to a ground. Attached to the ground. Actually, I don't see where it's attached to the. Oh, it's attached to the ground. Right here. It's also a 10. You've got your safeties. Seat switch. Brake safety. This is a safety that's for the so it won't start when it's engaged. And right here you got your reverse safety on the bottom. If you want to go in reverse and mow, then you want to take that off. See, you got the orange here and the green, so it's going to ground it, keeping it from and so here the yellow makes contact. I think it's going to tie in with the kill, grounding it. Alright, I'm going to put back on the deck cover. The cover. I'm just thinking. Okay. I think that's keeping it moving. There. Just want to make sure this isn't too tight here. No, it's good. Alright, everything should bolt back down now. Okay, the seat. Of course, you could start putting these things on. No need to put the spring back on if you're not going to use the seat, if you're going to not use the seat safety. It's up to you. Didn't want to strip it. Alrighty. Now we'll be working on the... Alright. Now that it's out, you can inspect it and see what might be going on. We got a loose connection here. And that would have been the one that went to the starter. That's probably why it wasn't getting good. Now he's thinking he might have burned up the starter in the process of trying to get it going using some jumper cables and that sort of thing. So could be some multiple problems there. Might have been why we had some heat coming back too. So, but definite loose connections. So, but I mean, how can you get back there and really check that? And then what happens too when it's back there and you're trying to mess around with the tightening stuff, it's easy to ground it against the frame. So just it's just I don't like that design. I will normally I'm gonna bolt it down here right next to the gas tank. Another thing, I don't like the gas tanks that are mounted in the back. So I just don't like the stuff mounted in the back. I try to move them all up to the front. Alright, I'm just doing the dismantling of the wiring so I can just route it the way I want it. This is the one that's going to go, the long one goes to the starter. I might need to do something with the short one, probably change it out. I don't like that it got hot and burnt. To me, that creates more resistance and it's going to get hot again. Trying to get some stuff untangled here. Wipe all that camera. Alright, gonna be using the 11 to get off the connection to the starter. Okay. Then I'm going to need to take this top off and look at the starter itself. So usually need the 3/8 for this. I don't know why they make these so hard to get to. The good thing is you don't have to take them out all the way. Ouch. I had to clean that out. Oh, it's got a 1/4 inch right there. Oh, come on. Those have to come all the way out. Man. Alright, pause it. Alright, I'm using a Dremel to cut that little piece off so I can just pick it up. Let's try should be done. gonna work on that some more. All right, once you have that, I mean, I literally would have had to take off this whole assembly along with the base that that rests on for me to get this off. Okay. Got a lot of rust right here. I'll clean that off. I think this, well, that was stuck. Now it's moving. I'm gonna check it out while it's off of that. Or actually, I ought to take it off and then check it. Okay, there's one here on this starter that you can get to pretty easy, but then the other one kind of needs half inch. It's kind of hard to get to. I like to kind of try to loosen it like that and then see if I can get it with the Allen thing, whatever that starboard. Yeah. All right, now I'm really able to. Okay, it feels good. Yep, we got a rough spot there. It's rough in that one part. No telling what might be in there. I don't know. I might have to take it apart and look it and see what's going on with it. I think this has the 4 brushes in it. I'm gonna get my stuff ready to check it out. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart and see what's going on. Got the 2 5/16. Lower this. Alright. Just got a bushing right there. You might want to put a little bit of grease in there. There's some, I can already see on the brush contacts, there's some hot spots. The brushes look good, but I don't look like the looks of the hot spot. It might actually be a bad starter. It definitely smells burnt up here. I can smell it. Oh. Yep. Oh. Yow. bad. But we'll definitely keep this part right here. Might need this to fit it to the other starter. So that actually could have been the problem with that battery. This part's good. Didn't do much damage in here. Ooh, really smells though. Ugh. Wow, I've never seen that before. My theory is that a lot of these starters are the same. If I just take the top off, I think, and swap it with the others, I think they'll switch out pretty good. Alrighty, we'll be hunting for a starter. I got one around here somewhere. Alright, while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and clean off this. Where are we here? Contact right here for the coil. Using this Dremel attachment with a wire brush. And go ahead and ugh. Because it's so rusty, I really ought to take off the coil and re-gap it and get the rust off there. I think I'll do that. Go ahead and do that since I got everything there for it, the 5/16. It's real rusty in there. Alright. I just like to make sure all the ground contacts are going to be clean there on the frame. Then I'll get my business card and I will gap it that way. Alright. Go ahead and get your bolts started. Get you a good business card. Now I always just turn it the way that the fins are going. I could go backwards with it, but I choose not to. Try to keep it from moving. While you put the magnet on there. Alrighty. So let the magnet suck up to it and tighten it down. Alrighty, that's done. Now I'll look for that starter. I got distracted again. I went ahead and took this off. This is one for the PTO safety. Yellow, orange. I wanted to see when continuity is reached. I can't remember if it's that will help me to decide what to do with that. Okay. I think alright, the yellows is continuity, which makes sense, and then because remember the orange goes to the it's going to activate the solenoid. Alright, so right now it's got continuity on the yellows. Without the button pressed. So that means that when it's on, when the blades are engaged, because it when it's off, or when it's when it's off, then it pushes the button. Okay, so that means that it will allow. Okay, so when it's on, we have continuity with yellow. When it's on, when the PTO is engaged, there's no continuity with orange. But when it is engaged, it's pressed, there's continuity with orange, allowing it to go to the solenoid. And while it's pressed, there's no continuity with the yellow. Okay. So that just, if I want to bypass that safety, what I would do would be to I think I would put the yellows together and put the oranges together. Now with the seat safety, you just undo it. If you just take the yellows off. So the yellows have to have a continuity, because what it's doing when the seat safety works by creating a can't remember. They cause these two connectors to make continuity. Right here, when it's off. Oh, actually, when you're on the seat, it when you get up off the seat, then it makes continuity. The yellows. So yeah, okay. Yeah, yellow is the kill. And it will make connection with the ground. Alright, I gotta go to church, but at least I got a little start on this. Alright, got this battery all charged. I want to make sure the contacts are really clean. If I don't, it could overheat again. Using the Dremel. I'm going to take the positive and then ground it while it's right here on the battery, right here. I just touched the stud there. Going back to this, if I wanted to bypass it, which I'm not sure I would keep the yellows from, I would not connect the yellows. I'd keep them disconnected because that would mean it wouldn't kill it. I would connect the oranges together to have continuity, because then it would allow it to start. But this is really one of the safeties, which is a pretty decent one to have. It's not the reverse safety. Alright, putting the starter on. I'm just going to get it started, and then I'll use the... Now this one had the wire clip on it right here. Actually, it was, I think, it would have been like that. Actually, I don't know how it would have been. I think it would have been on like that. But I'm okay with it not being on there. But you gotta make sure, because you can get those wires up under that starter mount, and that's not good. Well, I can't get to it. Alright, this will help me. come on, get in there. Okay, that's why I don't like to wear gloves. Oh, come on. You gotta get in the right position. Ah, just backed it out. From my experience, you don't have to get super torque on that. Alrighty. Let's see now what. So now we're going to work on putting the battery. I'm going to get one of those plastic battery boxes that's on the. There's some of them that are reverse or rear mounted batteries that have the plastic box in it. I want to see if I can find that. I want to mount that here up at the front, and that's where I want to put that battery. And this will be ready to go. We've got a good. Now here, this is what happened to this one. This will break every now and then if you're. So it's always a good idea to try to get that 17th behind there to keep that from moving, keep it from breaking. I'm going to try to mobilize that as I tighten this. Again, you want a good tight connection here. You don't want any looseness in this connection because it generates a lot of heat. It can generate a lot of heat. So you want to work on that. Alrighty. Alright, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. Just this kind of clips in there. Yep. Gonna make sure that that has a little place it rests in. That's what was causing some problems there. Yeah. Got our 3/8 that go in the front. Got the 1/4 inch. A little 1/4 inch screw that goes around the air cleaner. air filter. He took the cover off. He was thinking it improved the airflow. Whatever. Alrighty. Now I gotta tighten these right here. This is where I wish I could find my ratcheting 3/8. Okay. Okay, good. Alright. Looking for the plastic battery box now. Alright, found it. It won't hurt to put a little bit of a pre-drill in there. Alright. I don't think that did anything. Yeah, it did. Okay, we're gonna do a 5/16 metal nail. Did I say metal nail? Metal screw. Trying to get this started first. Kind of got bent a little bit. I think it's in there. Ugh, wouldn't hurt to get another one in there. Ouch. in there better. I just don't know. I'm going to put another one over right close to that one. That battery's getting low, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the screw. If I can get it in there. Now, what I'll do. I know that was good. Okay. All right. Wouldn't hurt to put one right here. I think it should get it. There. Alright, then that way the strap can be put over here, so when he does wheelies and donuts and whatnot, turns it over and flips it, maybe that battery won't fall out. I'll probably put the wire through here. It's all plastic, so won't worry about it cutting through the insulation. And if I can find, I'll redo one of these connections if I can find it and cut the wire that's there, or I'll find a shorter one that will fit in there good. I'm going to ground it just right here to the frame with the same metal screws, and then probably connect this. I might even connect this here or so onto the frame. In fact, I will probably do that now. I'm probably going to put two screws in there just to make sure that it's got a good ground. Probably end up putting it. Probably mount it right here. Yeah, look at that. I'm going to make sure I take these any of the rubber grommets off. Because I want to make sure I got a good connection to the ground. Try to do this without stabbing myself. Gotta make sure I don't make contact with the hood too, so I think I might want to make sure that the hood's not, how far the hood comes back. We don't want any kind of fireworks and stuff. Got a little bent out over here. Trying to find my hammer. Ooh, good. Okay, so as you can tell, I'm gonna have to put it down here, lower. I think where I was planning on doing it, it would have made contact. So we're gonna mount it down here. Of course, I could always do it right here on the side of the gas tank where most of them are. I might do that. Okay. You're right in this area. I want to clean it. Clean off all that dirt. Okay. Now I just want to mark this just for an O and a green. Okay. Where'd my drill go? See that going on? Oops. Oh, where'd that other screw go? Oh. There it is. That kind of technique where you go forward and back up and go forward and back up kind of works with when you have this kind of drill. Again, all I'm trying to do is make sure there's good ground right there. And I could always take my tester, check for continuity. Of course, this has some paint on it, so what I'll do is I'll ground it to the frame here on that, and then we'll just do it to the motor. Got good continuity there. Okay. Alright, I just made a decision. I am going to go ahead and use the one that's already, the one I attached to the, this is the long one if you remember. I'm going to cut it about to this length right here, and then I'm not even going to put a metal eye hole on it. I'm just going to put it around here, and I'm hoping that way we'll get away from the problems that happen with those eye clips within the continuity. I'm just going to put it around here and tighten it down. And I'll probably do it on the other side too, the one that will attach to the battery. So either way, okay, so this is my thought here. I'm just thinking as I'm attaching this, okay, because this is, I've had wonders about this myself. Okay, so if this is the one that comes from the battery, and this is the one that goes to the starter, it doesn't matter which one you put it to, okay? But these right here are going to be, so the ground, the green is the ground, the orange is the safeties, your safety features. Okay, so let's say that this is the ground, and I've got this one to the one that's constantly on the battery. Okay, so this one's constantly powered. So the thought is that, it's my thought at least, okay, that the orange one, the safety one, is going to be the one that's going to activate this one right here, okay? And then create a situation where you've got the connection here, it's activated, goes to ground, and it's able to complete the circuit. So that's how I'm going to hook it up, okay? I'm going to put the green one here and the orange one here. This one's going to go to the starter. This one's going to go constantly hot to the battery. Alright, so we've got about like a 5-foot run here. I'm going to cut it off about right there. I'm going to get my wire clippers. And if I wanted to, I could even use this end to attach to the battery. It's got a good eye thingy on it. Okay. Ouch. Gonna get my needle nose. Okay. Alrighty. See, I'm trying to see if we can see here. So get a good tight connection here. And that's 7/16. Or the 11. How do you do that? Oops. Okay. Good and tight. I've stripped those out before. That's not good, so we don't want to get it that tight. Alright, now we'll work on getting the one from the battery. Alright, so this end is the one that has the fuse on it, which allows for the 13 volts to come back. It doesn't matter which side it's on. The way this was hooked up, this was attached to the closer to the solenoid side. Like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm going to actually use this end for the battery because it's so much better condition. This again was the one that was hot, so I'm going to cut back to see how much it looked like the wire was burnt. Where a good sharp utility knife would come in, I just don't know where it is. I didn't mean to cut that. Alright, so looks like it burnt mainly right here, maybe a little bit on past that. I'm going to cut that much off. I think I'll still have enough. Alright, pretty decent. That will be a good amount to connect to the other connector there. It might be too much, really. Okay, and now that we got that, we're going to drill a hole into this. Okay, you can see the battery here. And now we're going to drill a hole through this little container right here. And should have ample room to fit it through there to the battery. We'll also have this connected, and then I'll be able to reconnect this safety. And we'll be all just about ready to go. I'm going to get my drill bits and stuff. Alright, got my drill bit. Okay. That will connect without any problem right there, and we've got plenty of room over here. Okay. I don't want to connect it yet. Actually, I could though, but it's not the ground's not grounded yet. So. That'll be easier if I take that off. Okay. I've seen, especially with dryers, that connectors can create an issue with heat. I know you got your own problems that can happen when you direct wire it like that too, but it kind of reduces some of the things that you gotta account for. But these batteries a lot of times will corrode and stuff like that and create an issue with no continuity. So. Okay, where are we? Alright, I'm gonna do it about right here. Okay. I'm just getting this screw prepared. Trying to get that little rubber grommet out. At the same time, I really want to get the paint off right here to give it a good ground. All right. Use the screwdriver to get that grommet out of there. These scissors will probably work pretty good if I don't stab myself with them. Sharp. All right, success. Got it out and didn't even stab myself. Oh, I just stabbed myself. Alrighty. So right there. Oh, looks like I need to widen that out a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get the hole in there. Oops. Oh, where's that screwdriver? Push it from the other side. So because it did that, I might need to put a washer there. Because that needs to be tight. Or actually, I might end up putting a screw and a bolt on there. I think I'll do that. Okay. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. Make sure I don't do it too tight. I want to use the other. If it seems like it catches, I'll keep it. If not, I'll go with the screw and bolt. That's pretty good. No, it's not. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, so we'll keep that. Oh, let's see here. What a wired up mess here. Remember, this is the one that goes to the this and the orange. Okay. I'm gonna track those down. Alright, I did a little bit of research on this. They're all connected in with these grounds, so this one ground has continuity to the ground for the lights, and for the frame. So I mean, but this is the one that attaches to the so it's always grounded. It will attach to the solenoid. So that's that. This is a part that goes, this is for the seat. Again, this is to the kill switch. This is for the reverse. So it grounds it. So all of these work on the principle of grounding. So separate when you're on the seat, come together. When you're off the seat, grounds it, kills it to the frame. Same with the reverse. So this kind's easy. You just undo them. You do away with them. Now I'm gonna have to rearrange the placement of this wire. This one went straight from, because remember this was in the back, so was the battery. So it has a short run from this orange to where it attached to the solenoid. So I'm gonna have to do some rerouting of that. Kind of figure out what I want to do with that. Alright, gonna connect the ground. That's your 11 or 7/16. Okay, good. Alright, to make this a smaller run, what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect all these connectors for the seat and the reverse, and I'm going to make a connection just straight going to the ignition, or yeah, where it goes to the wire that goes back to the ignition. Okay. I just did that so I could see which one it really was. Okay, so right here I'll probably make the cut right here to make sure I have enough wire. I'll probably, well, just a little bit. I might want to reuse that. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, and this yellow goes. Well, actually, I'm gonna see where those two go. One of them's gonna go to a different one. All right, we got two. Now this goes to the brake safety, and I like the brake safety, so I usually keep that attached. So these two go to all the kill switches in the back. This one comes from the brake safety and goes to the ignition and then to the actual kill switch on the coil, or to the frame of the motor. So what I'll do is I'll go from this one. Actually, what was I gonna do here? Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see, I'll cut that one. Yeah, so I can connect that one with this, and then have that one to be reattached, and then have this one go back to the starter. So I'll have to add another. I'll keep enough of this so I can, use that. It won't be the right color, but it'll work. Alrighty, time to start attaching. Again, I want to put more of the time that takes to do this, so that but this stuff takes a lot of time. So, and then, the process of doing all these modifications, it's not a quick thing. There's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of thought. But if you want to test your skills out and you want it getting going the way you want it, save a little bit of money too, but also kind of improve some performance. As long as you know that you know the safeties, you know what you need to do, what you can't do, you know, you'll be alright. Okay, now time to put the safety back on the back and then reattach it. Alright, putting back on the switch for the PTO safety. There's a little knob thingy that goes into a hole, and then you put the screw in there. 5/16. Pretty easy. Actually, pretty easy to get to, and all that stuff's out of the way. Attaching the wire. Okay. Actually, I'm going to route it through. There's another hole here, just to make sure it stays up off of all the moving parts under there. And then I'll put some zip ties too to make sure it doesn't get dragged down. Alright, now that that's done, I'm going to start getting this wire stuff kind of routed along here. Put some zip ties in here, drilling some holes and all that stuff. And again, this is the one that's gonna, I changed it to yellow, it was orange. Remember, this is gonna be going to the solenoid. Okay. Alright, got it attached. I'm just going to complete the connection. If I can find my wire thingies. I was on them. Alright. Now I'll continue to wrap that up, and then I've still got that ground that needs to go into the let's see what was going on here. Let's see, this ground needs to go to the solenoid. This just needs to be wrapped up with all that. Alrighty. There's a hole here. Okay, attach it to the ground. Might be the other way around. Again, I've got the ground right now to the hot side, and the orange to the starter side. Okay, so that's done. I'm just gonna wrap these, and then I'll come back on and put on the positive, and we'll try it out. All right, doing some zip tie stuff. Let's see. Should maybe be long enough. All right. Okay. Just like I said, I was going to do some zip tie stuff over here. Alright. I think we'll just do one more right here. We'll just do one more right here. Just so that when he gets on here, he won't trip over this or something and cause a big problem. So, gotta think about all that stuff. Whoop. Where is it? Oh, it's on the other side. Oh. Well, there it is. Well, alright, I'm gonna put one right below it. Okay. Now this, I want to, that's kind of tight right there. Oh, ow, that hurt. Don't want that ground to get messed up. Leave that a little bit loose. Okay, and I want to do that to that. I'll have to dull it. I'm going to triple it. Could have just gotten a longer one. Okay, that's still really tight. I don't like that. Okay. Alright, now to connect the positive. All right, here we go. Can brake on, choke on. Wow, it's shooting out water out of the exhaust. He had got that in some water, I guess. All right, here we go again. Good easy start. No heat up issues. And our safeties, let's just check, make sure, take off the brake. No starty. Put the brake on, we'll start. How about this? We have the brake on, the PTO is engaged, no starting. All right, we got a good deal going here. Now I gotta fix all his deck stuff. I'm telling you. All right, here we go with the deck now. All right, fixing the tire. Somewhere right here. I think it's gonna be right there. Might need to put a little bit more air in it. Yeah, that's it right there. I'll put a little bit more air in it. Okay. All right. Now onto the deck. All right, this is going to be a good test for this electric impact. See if it'll get off these 15/16. Oh yeah. These were new blades, but the problem was their adjuster or deck leveler wasn't working, and so they were hitting everything. Hopefully the ones that I've got on this one over here, I hope these will fit. I think so. It's a 6-star. For a 46-inch. Uh-oh. They're too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them off about an inch on each side. And these blades will need to be sharpened. All right, got them cut. Yeah, sharp part will always be towards the bottom, the base of this. This one is a little bent. It's not as bad as the other ones. As you can tell, my cut job did good. It is hardened steel. It was a little hard to do it, but my cutter did it. Alrighty. Whoop. Say that's good. Alright, it's ready to be put back on and then give it a try. Alright, and an update. It cuts good, it runs good, and I just delivered it back to the owner.